So I was browsing Reddit the other day and a specific post caught my attention. This post sparked my curiosity. The post goes like this. Will software engineers ever stop being in demand? There are two schools of thought. Those with a background in business see developers as commodities and fully believe that programmers will program themselves out of a job field. The idea is that in some distant future, jobs like project manager, product manager, and marketing manager will be crucial, but programmers themselves will be extinct as a result of the tools they created. The other school of thought is hard to understand because the programmers are laughing so hard they can't talk. Of course, I wanted to see for myself if programmers will ever become obsolete, and that took me to Google. Well, if you go by the search results of Google, you know, those clickbaity titles, it paints a rather dire picture. Sure, developers are going to go extinct by 2030. There will be no more development jobs in a world where coding is obsolete. You get the picture. And while doom scrolling, I can understand why many will feel a sense of dread while seeing these article titles. But I think that it's a little bit more complicated than just saying development is dead or coding is dead and you will become obsolete. And I have a few theories on why I think that software development won't become obsolete. The needs of business and their requirements are constantly changing. Who do you think will implement those changes? Sure, there may be new automation tools to replace more traditional coding tasks, but instead of saying these will replace developers, I think it's rather going to become another tool in the developer's toolkit, one that will make their job easier and allow them to focus on things that's a little bit more important: legacy systems. So throughout my career, I've been at multiple clients, and some of those clients still have some very old systems that they use every day. Somebody needs to support and maintain those systems. And you can say, okay, why not simply move on to a new system? It's easier said than done. There's a massive price tag on migrating to a new system. We're talking about a lot of money to develop that new system, a lot of time to develop it, test it, and to ensure that it meets all of the business requirements. And then there's also the time component and training component of getting the existing users from the old system onto the new system. It's easy to understand that migrating from an old system to a new one can sometimes also become an HR nightmare. A sad fact is, people are resistant to change. The need for the bespoke. Sometimes requirements are just so obscure and so random, and it's very likely that even with fancy AI or automation tools, there will still be a need for bespoke processes. Software developers will always have to be creative to navigate around those tricky requirements. As a software developer, you need to have a coding mindset. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to better understand code, better understand the process, and understand software in general, meaning you have a technical understanding of how the software actually operates. There's irreplaceable value in that. The need for a technical person who understands why a system is not working. So it can be said that maintenance and support isn't necessarily the most favorite part of your day job, but this will always stick around and it'll always ensure that you have one. With all that said, it's still very possible for a developer to become obsolete. But wait, you just said that developers will never become obsolete. What do you mean? Obsolescence here is more in terms of not staying up to date with the trends and stagnating. When last have you seen a job posting for a Fortran developer? Or think of those original developers with the stamp cards. I don't really see many postings for positions of a stamp card developer. I don't even know what you call them, to be honest. You might need to move from one coding language to another, from one toolset to another. And the position of software developer, software engineer, and all the related ones will always evolve depending on the needs of the market and depending on the tools that are created. But that's part of the fun. Isn't that why many of us wanted to go into software development? Because of the interesting technologies. There's always something new to learn and a new challenge on the horizon. So if you don't have a continuous learning mindset, you might stagnate and you might become obsolete. New tools will be developed and we need to ensure that those tools are part of our toolkit. So, TLDR, developers will not become obsolete. Their tools may change, the language in which they code may change, and their day-to-day role may be tweaked a little bit, but they will never become obsolete, in my opinion. Just for the record, in my opinion. Depending on when you watch this video, I will also have a video available on lifelong learning, a very, very important skill set for developers. If you want to keep an eye on what's happening on my channel, why not think about hitting the subscribe button? And a like is always welcome. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps. Cheers!